We are ready for our next bout, amateur MMA. It'll be bout number 10, presented by Chips Transmissions, a catchweight bout at 160 pounds. It'll be Matthew Parrish at 0-1 at a Triangle Gym in Tryon, Georgia, opposing Elshell Bertus, making his debut. He fights out of the Blaylocks IMB camp in Fort Oglethorpe, Georgia. That's our next bout here at Valor Fights 28. Camp Jordan Arena in Chattanooga. And Casey, just a quick thought on this matchup here before the fighters come out.
Well, two good gyms, but, Blaylocks IMB, that's, of course, the home of Sid Wheeler. And, that guy produces a lot of killers there. And, possibly a great, precursor. We've seen a few of the handiwork of Jesse Grun already tonight. The MMA Institute has represented well. Now we're going to see some of the teammates of the main event tonight, Sid Wheeler, here in the local area, out of in the form of Elshell Bertus.
Yeah, Zach Craig out of the Triangle Gym with a win of Valor Fights 28 out of that camp as well. So it should be a fun one. Our next bout in a catchweight bout between Matthew Parrish and Elshell Bertus. We are at Valor Fights 28. We are cage side alongside Casey Oxendine. I am Vince Ferrara here, and we appreciate you joining us here for Valor Fights 28. You can always go to valorfights.com for much more on upcoming events, including the next 2 weekends. So you want to get caught up, make sure you're up on all of them. And thanks to all of our great sponsors, Ogle Elrod in Burrell, and many others. Also, be sure to check out that Full Frontal MMA podcast and news site. Josh Kate and Will Bulldog do an awesome job in getting you ready for each and every event, and hilarious, funny stuff there as well. So check that out when you get an opportunity. All right, we're ready to bring out our next fighters. Here is Cody Gwynn.
All right, it is now time for your next fight. And this fight will be at a catch weight of 160 pounds, brought to you by Chips Transmission. At this time, please welcome to the cage, fighting out of the Hogs red corner, Matthew Parrish.
Matthew Parrish, first out, 0-1 of the Triangle Gym in Tryon, Georgia. 5'9", 19-year-old. We saw him in earlier this summer, Casey, as he lost to Chris Barrier first round at 243 via TKO and referee strikeage from stops. But Matthew Parrish looking to get to 500. Your thoughts on Parrish?
Parrish didn't look half bad in that fight either. It was pretty competitive. I think he had a few attempts, a few submission attempts and so forth. But Barrier, he's a guy that had a lot more experience, and so he was able to overwhelm him and overcome the obstacle of Matthew Parrish. But now he steps back in the cage. He's got one fight of experience. Whether it's a win or a loss, it is experience, and he's facing a debut in Elshell Bertus, who is out of Blaylocks IMB. But I'll tell you this, Chet Blaylock does not bring anybody in here that isn't prepared. I promise.
Bertus likes to keep it on his feet, and but it still feels like he is comfortable if they do go to the ground. In today's MMA, you have to be well-rounded. You can't just have one style.
Undoubtedly.
And so started training at about 18, but did not take it seriously, did Bertus, who is 24 years old, so he'll be 5 years older than Parrish, and started taking it seriously about the age of 21. Matthew Parrish started wrestling at the age of 5. So you talk about the difference in their interest level in wrestling and MMA. That's a stark difference between the two there.
Well, and down here in this area near Chattanooga and so forth, there's a huge interest in wrestling because of UTC.
Right.
And
all right, Parrish is in the cage. Back to Cody Gwynn.
Now please welcome his opponent, fighting into the OEB blue corner, Elshell Bertus.
You were saying about the area?
Because of UTC, that's a great opportunity for wrestlers coming up at a very young age to get the benefit of training with these collegiate superstars, guys that would go on to do big things.
Parrish won the Kakuro Submission Challenge in the Blue Belt division in March of 2015. And Parrish also a correctional officer at K-State Prison. So Matthew Parrish certainly brings some toughness in as we take a look at the tail of the tape. Parrish has that one bout, a loss to Chris Barrier. Elshell Bertus making his MMA debut, 5 years older than Parrish, 2 inches taller than Matthew Parrish, and then the weight advantage going to Matthew Parrish by 6 pounds.
Yeah, very interesting. Like I said, you're not going to know until you see Elshell directly under the lights to see how he's going to perform. You know, with Matthew Parrish, we already seen, you know, he did perform gamely, although he did take a loss. So, you know, it's still a toss-up, but again, I see this as a very well-matched fight, as are most of all Valor fights I've ever seen, and that's a huge props to Tim Loy and the whole staff here, man. It's a tremendous showcase of talent.
Matchmaking doesn't get enough credit for the success of events, right? That's underappreciated.
It's truly an art, and it's very difficult. It's dealing with a lot of, you know, they you know, some may call them prima donnas. You know, fighters are definitely, you know, a difficult breed, because, you know, that ego that they have, they need that ego to perform at the level that they have. That's what makes them good. But it also, you know, is trying at times. So it's great to see that these matchmakers have put in the time.
Bertus is in the cage, and we go back to the cage and Cody Gwynn.
Ladies and gentlemen, this bout will be at a catchweight of 160 pounds, brought to you by Chips Transmission. When the action begins, your referee in charge of this bout is Josh Ward. Introducing first, fighting out of the Hogs red corner. Tonight he enters the cage with a record 0 win with 1 defeat. He weighed in 165 pounds. Fighting in a triangle gym in Tryon, Georgia, Matthew Parrish. Standing across the cage tonight, fighting out of the OEB blue corner. Tonight he makes his MMA debut. He weighed in 159 pounds. Fighting out of Blaylock's IMB in Fort Oglethorpe, Georgia, Elshell Bertus.
So both of these Georgia boys here.
Josh Ward, our referee in this 10th bout. Matthew Parrish in the red trunks. Elshell Bertus in the black trunks, making his debut. Catchweight bout at 160. Touch and close, we're underway.
Oh, wow. Nice kick there by Bertus.
3-minute rounds. Strong kicks, both sides.
Yeah, you can tell his heart. That was a big shot.
Parrish.
And he's back up. He's back up, and he's taking a lot of shots.
It's over.
The fight is done. What a debut for Elshell Bertus here in Blaylock's IMB. Wow.
19 seconds. And Parrish still stunned as he gets up to his feet quickly. Wow. Bertus, boy, those kicks look strong.
Well, I think that Parrish felt that kick right out of the gate on his leg. You know, you can see that the legs of Bertus are kind of bony, and I mean that as a compliment, because those things hit like razor blades. They hurt so bad, and when he went up high with it, it was all she wrote.
So replay first kick.
Inside the leg, that was bad. And here it comes. Boom, right on the money, right, looked like right behind the ear. Parrish gets up, but it's the beginning of the end here.
And Bertus finishes it off.
Done, done, done.
Really wasn't anything super clean in his finish, but he didn't need it because the leg kick was so good.
No, I think Josh was getting ready to step in after that kick. I think that it was, you know, because Bertus didn't follow it up immediately, he saw that Parrish was coming back up. It looked like he was ready to stop it right there, and then when Bertus proceeded, that was it.
That left kick to the head by Bertus undoes Parrish, and back to the cage for our fighter announcement. Here is Cody Gwynn.
Ladies and gentlemen, referee Josh Ward has called a stop to this fight. 19 seconds into the first round. Your winner by TKO, Elshell Bertus.